Ever since Liv Morgan's return to the WWE, we have been watching and listening to every appearance she makes, from WWE's The Bump to Raw to pay-per-view appearances, to see if there is a resemblance of a dark character for the real Liv Morgan. And although I genuinely believe there is, I think as time is going on, we're watching Liv have her heart broken. I genuinely think we're seeing some kind of dark character be developed as the story progresses. I think it's unlike The Undertaker, unlike Kane, unlike The Fiend, unlike anything we've seen before, and I think that's kind of cool, but it does require patience to watch this story develop. Now, although on this video we are looking at resemblances that have happened since Liv Morgan's return that resemble The Fiend, resemble Bray Wyatt, and all that story, I'm not saying that Liv Morgan is going to portray Sister Abigail or Abby the Witch. Although I still think that would be really cool, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think WWE are going to do it yet. Now, the first big coincidence I have to mention is that Liv Morgan genuinely followed us on Twitter, on the @CWrestlingUK Twitter page. It happened at 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday night, Monday morning in the UK. I genuinely was about to go to sleep. It happened. And I didn't sleep that night. I was absolutely buzzing. And honestly, I've got to thank you guys, because you make these videos. You like the videos. You dislike the videos. You comment your thoughts. You subscribe to the channel. And you tag me in everything Liv Morgan posts on Twitter and Instagram. People send it to me via DM. Liv Morgan sees that. Liv Morgan's probably seen that there's a huge community building up here. And she's probably gone, I'll follow, I'll show that gratitude. And she might be watching right now. So if she is, hi Liv. Now, the first resemblance to Bray Wyatt that we have to talk about is what Liv Morgan's actually doing. She's been feuding with Lana, and now it looks like the feud is going to turn to Ruby Riott. She is collecting karmic debts. Basically, people who deserve a karma beatdown are receiving one. So that's almost a resemblance to what The Fiend is doing. People who have wronged The Fiend in the past are getting theirs now, if that makes sense. Sorry, they've wronged Bray Wyatt in the past. Now they're getting theirs from The Fiend. Is that what is happening with Liv Morgan? I think that's kind of really cool and interesting. Also, since Liv's return, we've seen her wearing this leather attire multiple times, different styles and variations of it. And it's really cool. It's a very popular attire. But it wasn't her first attire. When she actually returned to the WWE, she had a whole completely different attire. Now, it may have just been a temporary thing, but the red and black attire is the one I'm referring to. Of course, there was more on house shows, but house shows don't really count. But of course, the resemblance to The Fiend is really obvious. Red and black, stripes, etc. And it is interesting that WWE recently updated the superstar bio for Liv Morgan and used a picture with the red and black. Now, this is the same picture that was in her new photo shoot, and the leather attires were there as well. So why didn't they just use that if that is her attire going forward? Maybe there's a clue in this attire. Just maybe. It's a coincidence. Of course, the next big one was when Ruby Riott returned, and Ruby come down, attacked Liv, left her laying in the ring. As Liv looked up the ramp, the lights went down. Now, this does resemble what WWE does at a live show like Raw, during a commercial break to show the crowd it's at a commercial. So it's possible that's the reason. Someone probably may have just lent on the switch by accident. A lot of people said it could be the storm that was present that night. I don't think it was a storm, mainly because if it's a power failure, you expect the lights for the audience to be off as well. Now, what I found interesting was that WWE uploaded this full video on YouTube, and they didn't edit this out. This is a screenshot from that video. But they did edit it out just after the lights actually went out. They watched the whole thing. As the lights come back on, that's edited out to the point where Lana hits the X Factor. If you're going to edit out anything, why would you not edit out the mistake of the lights going out unless it wasn't a mistake? I don't know. That's really interesting to me. WWE's known for editing out their mistakes. Why not this time? Of course, the next big coincidence resembles Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has the alter ego of The Fiend. Liv Morgan seems to have the alter ego of Karma. Now, what I like most about the Ruby Riott situation is that Ruby Riott struck first. When Lana situation happened, Lana struck first. There was a reason then for Karma to bite them on the ass. The Fiend got wronged and he correcting those mistakes. That's the idea. Liv Morgan got wronged and is correcting those mistakes. Maybe the split personality gimmick that we suspect Liv Morgan is of having is Resemblance. Of course, when Liv Morgan interrupted the massive wedding of Lana, it wasn't just Lana's wedding. Of course, the husband, Bobby Lashley. But what would Liv Morgan want with Lashley? Well, Lashley did and was one of the only WWE superstars to call out Bray Wyatt on Twitter. During the Firefly Funhouse, he tweeted, "If he wants it, he knows where to find me. Whenever you're done playing with your puppets, Bray Wyatt, come on down to the ring." Maybe Bray Wyatt thought, you know what? I've got other people, bigger fish to fry. Maybe Bobby Lashley just needs a dose of karma. And maybe that's a reason why Liv Morgan went to the wedding, made up stuff about Lana and her in the past because it's never been confirmed, and basically ruined their wedding day on the orders of Bray Wyatt. Maybe. Who knows? Of course, the final thing to talk about is her finishing maneuver. This flatliner, she calls it. It's basically a spring-in face plant. I love the move. I think it looks really great on TV. However, the resemblance is very clear to the Sister Abigail signature maneuver that Bray Wyatt uses. Minus the kiss and the twist. Liv Morgan, you could say that is the Sister Abigail. Now, if there is something within the move, it could make sense. Now, as I said, these are all just coincidences. I like the word coincidences, and I think that was the best term to use it. I didn't want to use the word theory. I didn't want to use the word possibility on the title or anything, because I think that would be very misleading. These are, I think, genuine coincidences, but it's very interesting to actually look at and think, maybe that big theory that was before Liv returned, maybe it wasn't all mumble jumble. I don't know. Let me know, as you always do, your thoughts in the comment section down below. Of course, like the video, dislike the video. It all counts as an interaction, so I appreciate it and thank you for that. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Of course, we do upload these videos very often, so I'd appreciate it if you join us for them. And I will, as always, see you next time. Peace!